I just got back from seeing The Revenant from 20th Century Fox, Leo DiCaprio's big return to the silver screen after 2 years. And, I stopped watching trailers a long time ago. I know people on YouTube and people go crazy for watching trailers, and I did watch the Star Wars trailers and, Batman versus Superman, but I like to go into a movie cold. So I knew about the director. I knew it was a Western or as a man in the wilderness kind of thing. And as I was watching the movie, I was thinking to myself, man, this sounds so familiar. Hugh Glass, he was left for dead by his comrades, and he seeks out revenge. I'm like, that sounds, I'm a Western fanatic, so, I'm like, wait a minute, that is Man in the Wilderness. That's Richard Harris. That's John Huston. That's from like 1971, 72. So realizing this was kind of another version of the Hugh Glass story, I kind of just like settled in to see exactly where this would go and how far it would go. So again, it's about a mountain man named Hugh Glass who's attacked by a bear, mauled by a bear, and left for dead by his fellow trappers. And it's about him seeking revenge on them, leaving him behind. And Tom Hardy plays Fitzgerald, one of the trappers, who's just pisses everybody off. And DiCaprio, or Glass, I should say, zeroes in on him mostly for the entire film. And Alejandro Iñárritu, who did, Birdman, is just... This is an amazing film. Let's just say that. This is an amazing accomplishment in so many levels. Not only with storytelling, not only with acting, not only with just fighting the odds. This movie is so complex and just so much you can... This is one of those coffee movies. Let's go have coffee and talk about it for 2 hours. So first, let's talk about Leo DiCaprio. He hasn't made a movie in 2 years since Wolf of Wall Street. He turned down Steve Jobs to make this film, and he's a staunch vegetarian. So there's scenes in the movie where he's actually eating raw meat, because Glass has to survive on bison. He's fighting off wolves. Also, he's just fighting the elements overall, and he maybe has 15 lines of dialogue in the entire film. So he's just acting. I mean, I love movies that don't, other than silent films, that just, convey the story through action and through their face and through emotion. And DiCaprio just does this incredible job throughout the whole film. Also, Tom Hardy, one of my favorite actors out there right now. Total opposite. And he has this incredible drawl. He's evil. Well, I shouldn't say he's evil. I mean, he does what he has to do. I mean, when you figure out you're out there in the wilderness with these guys, you're out there trying to survive. I mean, you feel like you're in the cold, you're starving to death. You really can think about how you would never make it in the 1820s. I don't know how mankind survived. I just don't know how we did it. And so you're watching this movie and you're saying to yourself, wow, just like you have to do what you have to do out there. It's about survival of the fittest. It's about man versus nature. And he has to do some pretty disgusting things. So it took 9 months to shoot this movie, bitter cold weather in Canada. They had to go down to Argentina also to shoot some of the winter scenes, and it's all using natural light. So when you see this movie and you see every shot and every scene, there's not, you think to yourself, well, wait a minute, they can't haul all this equipment out to the middle of nowhere. So they're using natural light. They're using incredible techniques in terms of moving the camera, and you try to find out these tricks, but you get lost in the story. It's just one of the most breathtaking films. It's just an accomplishment like I haven't seen in a long time. It's just classic. And I wanted to get the timing right. 2 hours and 36 minutes. So don't let it fool you. Don't think, well, wow, this is going to be a long, kind of dull movie. It's got cowboys, Indians, it's got the cavalry, it's got wolves, it's got everything you could think of in a Western, but it does it on such a hardcore level that you just think to yourself, wow, how, not only is this a true story, Hugh Glass's true story that this happened to, but how in the world do these actors do it? How did the filmmakers pull off such a ridiculous setup? In terms of man versus nature. Because not only was it doing it to the characters, I'm sure it was kicking the butt at everyone making this movie. Will Leo finally get his Academy Award? Will he get recognition for this movie? I hope so. I'm just about finished with the year, with all the movies. I belong to the Las Vegas Film Critic Society. I belong to the Broadcast Film Critic Society. We're expected to vote on our awards now very soon. And I can't think of a better performance this year than Leo DiCaprio. I really can't. I think it's due. I think it's time. Don't miss it. It's an amazing film. All right, for more reviews and interviews, just surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, check out my podcast over on iTunes. And you know what? If you like what you hear and see, please subscribe, like down below, and thumbs up, all that jazz. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. I'll see you next time.